Hello everybody and welcome to Rolling with Same Bet. In this series, I'll pick a fundamental to work on. Maybe it's a betting strategy, maybe it's dice mechanics, but it's going to be practicing with a purpose. My good friend George from CY has put out a video on how to practice, and it has several key components or fundamentals that we can all work on in order to become a more consistent shooter. I plan to put a little more structure around these videos, but I needed to do a pilot first. See if this turns out to be a quality production or not. I'll be tracking my rolls as we go along, so you at home can play along with me. Today, I'm going to be working on the landing zone and the height of my toss. All right, let's start rolling. All right, so here we go, and we can see several things are going on. I've got a window, let's say right there in the middle. That's going to be the long shot, from the grip and tossing it down down to the end. Upper right hand corner, we've got the landing zone, and then below we've got the grip cam. So I could check several different parts of the mechanics as we go along. I've also got the tracking software. Up on the top, it's kind of got the key stats, and down below, it's going to have a roll tracker. Here we go with the very first shot. All right, that's going to be a 5-2-7. Let's mark it and make sure that that works out okay. 5-2-7. That should show up on the tracking software any second now. All right, yep, we can see that's a natural come out. Now, I'm doing a couple of other things too, and I probably won't do this anymore. I'm going to be doing some betting. And I'm trying two different strategies. Over there on the far end that you can't see very well, what I'm doing is I'm putting out a $30 don't pass, and I'm placing the point, essentially. This is kind of my random roller strategy that I'm researching. All right, here we go. Trying it again, trying to set a point. I'm using the 3V, 3-2-3-6 set. Okay. And that looks like it's a 1-5-6. Mark it. And I can already tell I need to get a more distinct dice color for the second dice. It's very difficult to tell. One's black, one's blue, and hard to see the left from the right on this video. Also, what we can't really see is the height of the toss. That's one of the things that I wanted to work on today. It seems like the higher the arc, or a higher arc, seems to work best on this table with this grip, and we'll see how it goes. All right, 3-2-3-6, launching it from the deck, no swing. A little short. And you know what? I can't see what that is. Let's see if we pull it back. Obviously, it's a 4 on one of the dice. Okay, 4, 5, 9. Mark it. And I do like the stats. I enjoy taking a look and see how things are going afterwards. And if you're playing along at home, gives you something to work with. Also, you can see my betting down here at this end. I'm too short. I can't reach all the way over to the box numbers. So I have to cheat. I know what those numbers are, but you don't. We're not even going to worry about that right now. All right, that looks like a 5-6 yo. The glare is kind of intense. Let's see what happens when I move the dice. Nope, it's a 4-6-10. Okay, mark it. Yeah, so while we're kind of doing the betting right there, I want to give a quick shout out to George from CY, the dice mechanic, and Troy from Point 7 Out. These guys have done a phenomenal job with this tracking software. It's just, it's just amazing. From when George started this maybe 2 years ago or so, the logic behind it has improved dramatically. All right, that is a 3-1-4, and it looks like I was a little bit off to the right of the landing zone. So this particular landing zone is straight down the pass line, and about 7 or 8 inches from the back wall, and it's maybe about a 4-inch square, or rectangle. Actually, it's more of a rectangle than it is a square. All right, grip's looking decent. Okay, it was a little short. And what is that, a hard 10? I'll move that landing zone label next time because it looks like that's getting in the way. I think that was a hard 10. I'm going to mark it as such. Yeah, so the betting really is getting in the way. So unless I'm trying to show a betting strategy, I probably won't do betting as we go along anymore. Slows things down too. Let's call attention to the tracking software. Up in the upper right-hand corner, you see that we have the SRR and the SOR. Well, the SRR isn't calculated until you throw your first 7. Okay, it looks like I'm having a little trouble getting that grip. Let's see how it works. Landing zone looked good, and looks like a 145 to me. Mark it. Okay, we're on roll number 7. Taking a quick look at my betting, it looks like I regressed to just the point number. And that was on purpose. So kind of, even though this particular video is more about that landing zone and the height, I'll come back to it in a second. Let's see how we do. Okay, a little to the right, hard 8. Oh, no. Looks like a 459. Yep. Okay, so that was a 9. Yeah. So I'm working on I guess a low roller bankroll on a $15 table. So maybe a $300 buy-in. And my thought process behind the betting at this point was, let's get some quick wins. Let's pull some money off the table. I don't typically do very well. Okay, that was a little short, and it looks like a hard 10. I don't typically do my best rolls, first rolls of the day. And that's exactly what this was. This is about, I don't know, 7:30 in the morning. And we're on roll 9. So proved that theory wrong. So anyways, what I did a rapid regress, took some money off the table, trying to build that $300 base up a little bit before I get more aggressive with my betting. Short. That's a 516. So as we're going through here, I'm watching that landing zone, and I'm not as precise as I thought it was. I actually thought I was a little bit better than that. Looks like we just hit our point. So that's exactly what I'm wanting to see. Am I hitting that landing zone consistently? And no, I'm not. And so that's definitely one of the things that I've got to work on. In George's video that he goes over the fundamentals of how to practice, he talks a little bit about that. Some of the exercises that we can do to improve our accuracy. All right, so looks like, what am I doing here? I pulled all that money off, and what am I going to do? Setting a point. And I'm also using a consistent 3-2, 3-6. I'm not changing dice sets, at least not right now. I'm working on taking the stats that I get from here, transferring them over to Bone Tracker. And okay, that looked like a pretty decent shot. 2-6-8. New point is the 8. Yeah, so I'm trying to take these stats, put them over to Bone Tracker, and do some analysis on it. Is this the right set? We'll see. I want to say I'm about 500 rolls in on this particular book, and we'll see how it goes. I guess also for I don't know, for transparency, my SRR is slightly over 7, like 7.1 on a over these approximately 500 rolls. Maybe I can share that a little bit more in future videos. George, he does pretty much 2 practices a day, every day. That was a little short too. That's a 2-4-6. Yeah, so he does 2 practices a day, every day, and I won't be able to commit to that. I just can't commit to it. And he also does it live. Here, this is obviously recorded, and I love the transparency that George has, but I also can't talk and shoot at the same time. I know that that's something that I struggle with. All right, here we go. Dice are out. Nice. Looks like a 6-5, yo. Yep. All right. 6-5, yo. So I'm doing these recorded. I'll be releasing them. I don't know when, but I won't be able to record every single practice session that I have because there is obviously some editing to be done. Grip looked good. Looks like it might be angled just a little bit. Nailed that landing zone though. Hard 10. Mark it. Okay, that's a repeater. So again, a shout out to Troy from Point 7 Out. Check it out. So up there at the top, it shows the repeater wins and lights up nice and green. It'll also tell you if sharpshooter or the fire bet. Take a look at the 6 has a little fire symbol by it. That means I hit that point. Also calculates the all tall small. Okay, that looked okay, but it's off the camera. The blue dice is 6. Let's see what it is. I'll bring it back in just a second. 3. That's a 3, 6, 9. All right, we're 15 rolls in on this shot. So much for my theory of my first throws of the day are the worst throws of the day. Okay, that looked pretty good, but it looks like that's a 1, 6, 7 out. I'm pretty sure that's a 7. So, all right, so we're going to mark it. It's going to reset the scoreboard up at the top. It resets the bottom line. So the gray line there in the middle, it keeps the rolls for this session. All right, looks like I paid out that don't pass bet. Taking down my pass line. And we're going to do it again. Now remember, one of the things I wish I could show a little bit better is the arc of my throw. That's one of the things, like I said, that I was working on here. I want to get the arc consistent and hitting that landing zone consistent. Come out, roll. Okay, that looked pretty good. That is a 6, 4, 10. All right, bring the dice back. I am using a puck because down at my table, I don't have the tracking software. So I try to at least keep track of the point. Yeah, and I'm just going to make that decision right here. So when I'm working on one of the dice mechanics, like I said, I want to practice with a purpose. I'm not going to mess with the betting. It really slows things down. But if you're playing along at home, hopefully there's enough time for you to make your bets in between the throws. Okay, grip looks okay. Little short, and again, we can't see it. Blue dice is a 3. And if you're watching this on a cell phone, I'm sure it's very difficult to see. 6. All right, so that's a 6, 3, 9. Okay, the point's a 10. Just rolled a 9, and I'm setting things back up. You probably recognize the pattern. At least it's an iron cross, and but the strategy that I'm actually running there is Mel Lumho's Easy 75 from Craps Hawaii. Good. Okay, well, it looked good. Bad results. 2, 5, 7. Which is the downfall of a lot of different strategies. That early 7 out, looks like I didn't collect a thing on that, so 75, 85, 90, what about $90 down the drain. On a $300 bankroll, a $90 loss, that's pretty difficult to come back from. And you could probably hear it, the tone. Just mad at myself on that early 7 out. All right, let's I'm trying to decide, I think, if I want to do one more or not. And here we go. Yep, we're going to do one more. Got my pass line set. I do still have the don't pass set over the other side. That looks good. That's a 3-1-4. New point is going to be a 4. All right, let me call your attention down to the bottom, the roll tracker, kind of like a bubble craps tracker. So if you see a number in white, that was a point. A green means you hit the point, or it was a natural, a 7 or 11 on a come out. The hard ways, you'll see a couple of 10s down there with an H in parentheses right beside it. That was rolled the hard way. All right, so I'm hopping the 5s, $1 on each of the 5s, $30 6, $30 8, and 15 in the field. And the point's a 4, so I've got that covered as well. Okay, dice out. A little short. Both dice went off the field division. I'll bring it back here in just a second. And what is that? A 1-5-6. So that's going to net $20. The difference between the win on the place bet and the loss on the field was $20. I lost the hot bet too, so I just took all 20 bucks, put it on the 5, and we're going to throw it again. Looks like the dice might be out just a little bit, and that is a 5-3-8. So what I'm doing is I'm observing that landing zone, and it looks like I'm all around it. I'm either a little bit short, a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right. So there's some things that I need to work on. It could be a number of things. Posture, maybe my posture, maybe one of my feet is lagging behind the other just a little bit and causing a little problem. Without a camera angle showing up a little bit higher, I don't know that I could see that. So maybe that's something I can work on for a future practice session. Grip looks okay. Really short. And is that a 4-2-6? Yep, 4-2-6. So looking up that gray line in the tracking software, that's all rolls this session. So it's 23 rolls in. Right now, looks like 10 is my strongest number. All right, check out the grip. Short. And again, I can't see exactly what it is. I've got some dice over here. I want to show something real quick. So that is a 3-5-8. Mark it real fast. So what I'm trying to do, and I know you can't see this very well, but I'm going down about halfway in the front, but on the thumb, I am like right there on the edge. It probably gives it a little bit more rotation than some people like, but that seems to be what's most consistent for me. So it's, again, this is trial and error. This is trying to experiment, see what works on this table and what doesn't. What kind of adjustments can I make? Very short, and that's a 7 out. 6-1, 7 out. And I believe that's going to do it here. So let's take a quick look, see what I do. Yeah, 6-1, 7 out. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go over to the stats page. All I'm doing now is I'm coloring up. I lost money on both sides. The don't pass, I think I lost $5, and on the easy 75 strategy, I lost $15. All right, so let's flip over here, take a quick look at the stats. Upper left-hand corner, the top shooters, it's ranked. So my best roll was 16, followed by a 6 and a 3. So instead of progressively getting better, I progressively got worse as the session went on. Field bets strong. 48% of my rolls were in the field. 80% were in box numbers. That's a pretty decent number. On the inside, 52%, and the hardways, 12%. I tell you that hardways is a little bit bigger number than I normally throw, especially with the 3V set. Down there, expected versus actual. So you can see kind of the pyramid, the shaded blue back in the background. That's the normal distribution. The bars are what I actually threw. So when you take a look at the 6 and the 10, I went 20% above and beyond the expected value for those rolls. So what do you do with that? Well, hopefully you start to learn to adapt to it and follow what you're throwing. You start betting on what you're throwing. So, all right. So there we go. That's it for the pilot. Let me know in the comments down below. Was this beneficial? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Do you want to see more of it or not? And we'll make some adjustments as we go on. All right, guys, thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it, and we'll see you later.